all this talk about circles and all this shit. Everything's about circles for some reason. It's funny how certain things create a focus on things, whereas before they're just regular, just everyday things. But anyway, circle. You got degrees of a circle that are increments along the perimeter of the circle, and you got 360 of them. Jesus said, "Are there not 12 hours in a day?" Being that there's 12 hours of day and there's 12 hours of night. That only happens on the equinoxes, which happens in the spring and in the fall. It's kind of interesting. And that's half a year. So half a day, it kind of equals to half a year. It's kind of interesting. But anyway, back then they didn't have clocks. They had basically like sundials or other implements to measure the passing of time. And the sundial would be a area, a post or something inside of a circle, and increments would be placed along the circle, and those were called degrees. And some increments would be wider than other ones because the way the shadow would move at different at different rates because some weird fucking whatever. But anyway, so the shadow would move from increment to increment. Didn't know what time it was, and then there would be no shadow because the sun's directly overhead, and the post would be cast a shadow. And then it would move to the other side, and then the shadow would cast on the other side and move around, as the sun sets. And that would be, I guess there'd be 12 increments on that. I don't know, but I don't exactly know all the ins and outs of sundials and how there's different kinds. They had different kinds and different measurements on the whatever. But it's funny how these mystical occult societies always have degrees. They have that rise in degrees, and the degrees are on a circular path. It's degrees of a circle, 360 degrees. 180 is half a circle. 90 degrees is a quarter of a circle. So forth and so forth. Anyway, what I'm getting at is that and scientists say that the universe is circular, space is curved, and if you follow the curve, give it enough time, and if you can live that long, you would eventually return to the point at which you departed. Just interesting things. Anyway, and different societies, different groups of people, they call them circles. Like you move in that circle, you move in that circle, you part in this circle of people, and you part in that circle of people. And even the word church, which is the body of Jesus, is the transliteration of a synonym for church is circle. Just interesting. And the Freemasonic compass is an implement. We used to use them in school, the little metal compasses. You put the pencil on, clip it on there, and you extend the other that thing that you put in the middle, and it's got a little fucking like a little protractor built into it, and you pull it out, and you set it, and you stick the point, and you move it around, draws you a circle of various sizes. Just a little fucking thing. But anyway, pie. It's interesting. Call things pies, pizza pie, uh, uh, pie with fruit in it, whatever, or anything else in it, whatnot. Pies are round, aren't they? But so like a circle one. Uh, Pi is it, it's kind of an infinite number. It's 3.14, and then this kind of series of repeating, or infinite numbers. It's not repeating actually. The numbers just kind of go one. It's always different. Always just endless trail of different numbers. So they shortened it to 3.14, and you can measure you can derive the circumference of a circle by uh, uh, multiplying pi by 2 and then multiplying the radius, which is the measurement from the center of the circle out to the circumference. And the area of a circle is the radius, which is from the center circle out to the side, to the rim, the perimeter. You square that, and you get you square that, and then you times it by pi, and then you get the area, all the area within the circle. And I was going to say something else, I forgot. But anyway, you got fucking shit. I was tracking on something that just totally fucking lost it. Lost it, forgot, slipped my mind. Not I lost my mind. But anyway, uh, circles are infinite. They can be finite. The area can be finite, but if you're traveling along the path of the perimeter, around the perimeter, you'll just keep going infinitely. There's no beginning and there's no end. And it's interesting that physics talks about the universe and in a very interesting way. People think of dimensions, and they usually think of length, width, depth, and so forth. And then there's the fourth dimension of duration, or somewhat time, or duration. Uh, and then you got hyperdimensions and all that. But then there's also the dimension of in and the dimension of out. That is three-dimensional if you think about it, but it's more like a directional. If you zero in, that's the dimension of in, and that goes that's infinite. There's no matter how far you zero in, you will just keep going. And if you zoom out, no matter how far you zoom out, you just keep going. The scientific principle behind that states that a point, a point, a point is infinitely small. It's infinitely small, but it's a point, and there's an infinite number of points everywhere in space-time, and between each point is an infinite number of points. So that means between each point, there's an infinite number of points. Between each one of those points, there's an infinite number of points, and da 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 da. Well, there you go. You got infinite direction of in. If you zoom in, you just keep going infinitely, just discover infinite points for each adjacent point. And if you zoom out, you'll be expanding by infinite points between infinite points. Just kind of interesting. But the ancient people. Everybody talked about having ancient knowledge. Everybody looking for ancient knowledge. The ancient knowledge of the knowledge of the ancient people was rather simplistic. They knew how things worked, but they didn't know all the let's just say that there's no mystical knowledge to look for. It's just how the ancient people measure precisely build according to the directions, the cardinal points, the sun rising and falling. They had these things. They didn't have rulers and they didn't have fancy math, but they had they put a stake in the middle of the ground where they were going to build something, and they wait for the sunrise, the sun to rise on the equinox or whatnot, and they take a measure of rope or a string with a series of knots on it for specific purposes, and they tie the rope to the stake, and they measure out according to the knots, the increments of knots, how wide you want the building, whatnot, or the structure. And when the sun rises in the morning on the equinox, it is precisely due east. And they stay out and put it right in line with they mark it. And then they turn around and go on the other side and mark that would be what due west. And then it's just a matter of just, going up the center to form a cross and mark that north and by the other side south. And then you can build whatever you want, square pyramid, a square building, or a circular, put a circular building with a gate at each end, at each direction, like the Temple of Solomon. Yeah. Strings, long strings, knots in them, and a stake in the middle. It's very simple. It's no fucking hidden knowledge. No great fucking knowledge to look for. Whatever. And people talk about the Druids and the proto-Druids that built Stonehenge. They did the same thing. And they wonder, how did they move them stones? And there's all kinds of theories about they must have used massive labor to roll these stones from this quarry through all kinds of fucking whatever on logs. Listen, people. The first known civilization in recorded history that we can go back to is the ancient Sumerians. We don't know of any society, any civilization beyond that in history. Okay? The ancient Sumerians had wheels, they had wagons, they had chariots and stuff like that. They had the idea that the people that built things didn't have wheels is bullshit. Okay? When people moved things, they used wooden wagons of whatever size needed to haul it. And they drew it by animals. Okay? Come on. And even the Egyptians had boats that would haul big monolithic obelisks and monuments. They'd lay it down and said they were specially built to move that shit. I mean, they'd run it down the Nile wherever they needed to put. I mean, the wagons, people, big wooden wagons with wooden wheels, drawn by animals. There was no, they didn't use magic. They didn't levitate them. They weren't aided by some kind of technology where it was magleved or all this crazy shit. Oh, you know how they lifted the stones? You know, all these big fucking stones were lifted and put in place. Well, you know what? Those people were smart. They're just as smart as we are. While we use gasoline guzzling big cranes and da-da-da-da-da and all this fucking machinery, they would build A-frame or wooden structures, like a tripod or an A-frame or whatnot, and they would use wooden pulleys, and they would use simplistic rope that they would make, and you see, in physics, weight can be reduced, or not reduced, but it can be spread across. It, well, let me explain it more simply. The more pulleys you use and line them up and put your rope around it to lift an item, the more weight one man can lift. It's a ratio between the man's body weight and the weight of the object. And you put so many pulleys, and each pulley, it takes up the weight of the. So you got something that weighs like 2 or 3 tons. You put so many pulleys on there, hanging from the middle of the whatever, and tie it around the fucking object. One average man of about maybe 180 fucking pounds or whatever, can stand there and tug on that rope and very easily just lift that 2 or 3 ton object right up off the ground. And this was done with wood and rope. And the wagons, wood, rope, da 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 da. And these people were very frugal with their materials. And when the winter came, those items were wood, and they've done used them, and they have no purpose. So when they needed wood to heat their homes or heat, for whatever, that wood got chopped up and got burnt up for fuel. That's why you're not finding any of these contraptions or wagons from these time periods. So and these places in the South America, these buildings that all the blocks are like huge and they're all stacked up perfectly pieced together. Da da da. These people knew how to fucking cut blocks and shit. They had that ways to do shit. It wasn't done with fucking power tools. And of course they would use the wooden framed thing with the pulleys. Just like these people were not stupid. They just had a simple way to do things. No mysticism, no occult shit, no alien shit. Just common sense, some fucking know-how. Okay, people, get over your damn selves. Stop being stupid. And all you people out there, stop believing stupid shit. Anyway, I'm done. Bye.